Thank you for joining me for this tutorial, Introduction to Valuelists. Valuelists can be based on static text, individual data tables, related data tables, and even be created on the fly during runtime with your own custom SQL queries. They support multi-column display, as well as sorting from columns that you're not even displaying. They can be used for lists, but they can also be used for data display, for example, on a report. Let's jump into Servoy Developer and check it out. I've created a simple solution that contains a single form, orders, that's based on the orders table in the example data connection. I put the customer ID and the employee ID field out on the form. All right, so let's see how just this part looks in the Smart Client. So there's our customer ID and our employee ID. Well, that's all fine and good, but not that friendly. Let's say, for example, that we wanted to show the company name rather than the ID and the employee name and make it a pop-up menu so that they can change the employee. All right, so I'm going to hide these properties here for a moment. And now we'll actually create our value lists. So I'm going to right-click Value Lists and choose Create Value List. We'll call the first one Company. All right, so I could make custom values. Let's say red, blue, and green. And that would be fine. So those would show up, and the people can choose them, and that's it. But let's pretend that your field underlying your value list was an integer, and you wanted to show red, blue, or green, but you wanted to return a numeric value. Well, you can do that too. Just type a pipe character, and then the return value that you want to go back into the database. So in this case, I've just made it really simple. Red would return 0, blue 1, and green 2. But that's not what we want for this value list. We want our value list to come from database values. So I'm going to click Database Values, and All Values from our example data connection, and I'm going to choose our customers table. Now down here at the bottom, I can choose to both display a field and also to return its data in the data provider. So for our customer example, we want the customer ID to be returned in the data provider but not shown. And what we do want shown is the company name. There you go. I can also go down here and sort the data by however I want to sort it. So I can even sort columns that aren't being displayed in the value list. We'll go ahead and cancel that for now. All right, so here's our definition. So we need to save it. I'm going to use Control-S, and now we have our first value list. So now I'm going to make another value list. Right-click on Value Lists, Create Value List. This one will be for employees. And again, they're going to be database values. They're going to be coming from the example data connection. And this time, I'm going to pop the list down and type the letter E for employees. And it fills in for me automatically. This time, I'm going to show you what it's like to have 3 fields displayed. We're going to choose the employee ID to be both shown and returned, but we're also going to show the first name, and we're going to show the last name as well. Okay, and this time we'll go ahead and sort it. But most of the time you're going to want to sort it by the fields that are visible. All right, so we're going to choose Control-S for Save again. And now we have our second value list. I'm going to go back over to our orders form and show the properties. Okay, now let's click on our field that's showing our customer ID, and let's add a value list to it. I'm going to come down here and double-click on the value list and choose the company value list. Click OK. I've made a change to my form, so I need to save it with Control-S again. And now let's see how this looks in the Smart Client. Now, as we can see, we have the company name rather than the company ID displayed. Now let's do the same thing with the employee ID. I'm going to come and click on my employee ID and then double-click the value list and choose Employee. This time, though, we're going to do one thing that's different. We're going to change how this field is displayed and make it a combo box. We go down to Text field, and we change it to a combo box. And there we have it. Again, we're going to save our form with Control-S and view it in the Smart Client. Hey, look at that. Now we have our employee ID that has the ID, the first name and last name, and as I pop down the list, you'll see that it's sorted first by first name and then by last name. Well, let's change our value list so that the ID is not shown. Now we'll close up the properties just so we have some more room. We'll go back to our employees, and now we'll deselect the Show in Field list on the first column. And we'll save the list. Now let's go view it in our Smart Client one more time. And here we see that we still have the same employee list, but now the ID is not shown. It's still sorted the same way. Well, that's it. That's a basic overview of value lists in Servoy. You should check it out on your own. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial.